And so that's why I call it Hajjgate, because
I see your point of
yeah.
now. Which point you're coming from? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying this is all fake. What we have in Kaaba? It was never the place. But how they hide all that history? I mean, there must be people have this kind of a knowledge where Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has started. How they managed to hide all that evidence, which was that he was in Petra and Kaaba, Makkah was never that place.
So the only way I see it is that the Saudi Arabians realized that, oh wait, there's no river, let's cover it up quick before they come with cameras and find out. That's what it seems more like to me.
Riverbed. Oh, I see. So Dan Gibson is just because he's going to Petra.
Well,
Petra is the place and Makkah is not the place.
You know, there's a few of them, you know, when you go down the list. What you'll find is, these are all ones in Bukhari, and they will all say Tawaf. Yeah. So if you read, you don't have to read all, but you'll find the part.
Tawaf is circumambulating, going round.
Yeah, but the thing about it is,
Safa and Marwa, we don't go around, we go that way and back and forth.
No, but you see, this is like you know, like how you're trying to do a police investigation.
Yes.
The first thing you do is you examine the.
Okay.
So what we're trying to do is we're trying to see if some dodgy stuff has been going on.
Okay.
So
Devil is in the detail.
Yeah. So what you find is, if you read all of those ones which are Bukhari, it always say Tawaf. So it'll say Tawaf around the Kaaba and Tawaf between Safa and Marwa.
Right.
But then if you go back one.
Go to the Arabic then.
Yeah.
This is not Arabic here. This is English. It's Tawaf. What about if you go to the Arabic? Let's see if the word Tawaf is there.
Well, the easiest way.
Let's go to the Arabic. I'll go to the Arabic.
Yeah.
Bukhari 389.
Oh no, but you want if you look, the number beside it gives you the actual one in the application.
Yes, volume 1, book 47, hadith 389. But don't worry, I have an app in which I press 389, and whatever 389 is there, any hadith will be there. And there are not going to be many.
Yeah.
First of all, I go to Bukhari.
Yeah.
And this app is amazing, man. It's so easy to find. 389.
Yeah.
Now in 389 it says 12 hadiths. And first one, it can't be this one. Yeah. This is what we talk about. Amr bin Dinar. This is the one, yeah?
Yeah.
So how easy to find it?
Yeah.
And now I'm going to read the. Let me make a size bigger. Okay. Look at this music.
What, you mean the drums?
Okay, the word used here is Yatuf. Yatuf Baina Safa wal Marwa. So the word here is Yatuf.
But does he use it for both the Kaaba and Safa?
Now I'm just looking for the Kaaba. Where is the use for the Kaaba? Okay. When the Prophet ﷺ reached Makkah, he performed tawaf around the Kaaba. Okay, let's see. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam fatafa. He said
it's the same word.
Fatafa. 1 second, if you don't mind, my daughter's calling me.
Alright, you.
Yes, my love. Assalamu alaikum. Yes.
I think I'm going to buy one of my daughter.
Your earring. MashaAllah. Where is she? MashaAllah. Okay, I'm at the speaker's corner right now. What can I do for you right now? You want me to ask her? Why don't you tell mommy? I'm in the middle of a chat with my friend here. Can I sort it out after?
Right. Yeah.
You see that he said yutuf, yeah. But when it comes to Kaaba, the word is uses.
Alright.
You see, slightly different. You see, yatuf and wataf. I'm not an Arabist. I can't tell the difference. Why is root word is same, but you see the spelling even different. It's a taf and yatuf. So does it make difference that one is meaning going around, meaning is I don't know.
Well, but I don't know. Maybe it have some bearing on
I have Arabic lexicon. You want me to go there?
Yeah,
yes, why not?
Yeah.
Let's see yatuf. First meaning about the Safa and Marwa, yeah? Let's see what the meaning in there. Okay. Because it could have a slight, because of this variation, it could have a slightly. Okay, I go to the word taf in lexicon, which is used for the Kaaba.
Right.
What does it say? Okay. A man who goes round or round about, much or often. So a woman who goes round. So
yeah, so that's the round.
Yeah, that is the word. You see the taf, the one used for Kaaba.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see the taf there? Yeah. Yeah, taf.
All right. Yeah.
And that is used for taf, for Kaaba. Raka'ain wa taf baina.
So is that the same as the tawaf that they're talking?
There's another word used there, fataf. Aha. No. This word used few times, isn't it? First time used taf, bil bayt al umra. Okay. Let me go make sure the English. Faqala sal. I wish I knew Arabic. Faqala bis salana ibn umra an rajula tafa bil bayt al umra. Okay. So in the beginning, first it says the Kaaba, tawaf around the Kaaba, yeah. First one, first tawaf, the word is for around the Kaaba, which is in the beginning. It says this taf.
Right. Yeah.
Bil bayt mean the Kaaba.
Right.
Here bil bayt mean Kaaba. Bayt mean the house.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
taf. This is used taf. First one for Kaaba. But when it comes to Safa and Marwa, is used word yatuf.
Right. So what?
We say here is taf for bil bayt, but then says Safa. This is Safa and Marwa.
Yeah.
This word is not same as taf. It's a yatuf.
Right. So what does that? What does that mean?
That's the word. That's the thing. What yatuf can mean, because the taf used again here. Again. But then he says fataf again for bil bayt. Fataf, not yatuf, but fataf. But again now is used word taf for Safa and Marwa. So taf, which was used for Kaaba first, second time around he used for Safa and Marwa as well.
Right.
Same word.
Yeah.
But taf. So taf means going round. And it's this used for Safa and Marwa as well. Not the first time. First time is used yatuf. Second time it says taf.
So
it looks like what your point is. It means going round Safa and Marwa.
Right. So I don't know if you want to just try the next.
Sure. It is a food for thought, to be honest.
No. But there's a point which I was trying to. So it's like an investigation because.
Yeah, of course. I like to do that investigation.
Yeah. And.
But investigation has to be completely unbiased, with open mind. I'm just saying that, and not leaving any stone unturned.
Yeah, well, that's how I was trying.
We have to try on our own human sources.
Yeah.
We have to try our best, and we should not stop where it satisfies us. I'm saying that to myself as well.
Yeah.
So, of course, let's read more. But if we only read that one hadith right now, I would say it appears like what you're saying is true. It says going around Safa and Marwa, which we don't do now. We go back and forth.
But the thing about it actually gets a lot worse if we keep going.
Right, sure.
But so if you just want to read just another of the Bukhari ones, just to see if it says
which one.
Well, just any one after, because some of the ones after will say something similar.
Or a long one. Let's read something short. Okay, this one. Let's read this one. It says Sahih al-Bukhari narrated Aisha radhiyallahu anha. We set out with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in his last Hajj, and we assumed ihram. You know, ihram is wearing the
white
sheets,
yeah.
Ihram for Umrah. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam then said, whoever has the hadi mean the animal.
Yeah, the sacrifice.
Should assume ihram for Hajj along with Umrah, and should not finish the ihram till he finished both. I was menstruating when I reached Makkah, and so I neither did tawaf around the Kaaba nor tawaf between Safa and Marwa.
Yes.
Yes, she says tawaf around Safa and Marwa, and I complained about the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yes. Can we go back to the Arabic and this hadith just for the sake of it?
Yeah.
Bukhari 627.
And see, the thing about it is that's one of the things I don't really come to Speaker's Corner to like shout like a lot of people do. I prefer all this like quiet stuff where you're trying to work stuff out.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But some of us can't help. I know you are very nice and very quiet, and you don't want to get involved with the talking over each other. Yeah, that's one way.
But it's just like when they talk like that, you lose information.
Oh, you think so?
Well, yeah, because see, information comes when you're discussing things, because then both of you are like using your brains to work out whatever each other's saying.
Okay, here in this one, tawaf, the word is used only once for both.
Right. Okay.
He say walam atuf bil bayti wala baina safa wal marwa. So here word tawaf is only used once, and then mentioned Kaaba and Safa and Marwa.
Right. Okay.
So which is much more thing that it means, because what we do around the Kaaba, around. So Safa and Marwa is used in the same term. My only thing is, tawaf has many different meanings.
Well, this thing is related to more walking than anything else, isn't it?
Yeah. Can it also mean from to and from? Can that also mean tawaf? Just doing your walking.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. So, but the way to find out is now if you go to if you go back to the previous page, because this is where you find out. So if you just go back to you just click your
I see.
Yeah, just do your back, and then so if you go to the next one. So
back again?
No. Let me see. Oh yeah. So if you that's Bukhari. Alright, for some reason it's not. Actually, I think it's still. Just
back?
No, I want to reload just to see if it. Alright, yeah, that's better. Yeah, because some of them are missing. That's Bukhari. Oh yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, go to that Muslim one. So just just click on.
This one?
Yeah, so now, if with the Muslim one, now let's see if it says the same thing.
Oh, I see. This is Sahih Muslim. Okay.
Yeah.
Aisha radhiyallahu anha said, we went with the Messenger of Allah during the year of farewell pilgrimage. We entered into the state of Ihram with the Umrah. The Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be upon him, said, who has sacrificed the animal? I'm just going to go further. Okay. I came to Makkah, was having menses. Okay. I neither circumambulated the house nor ran with it. So this is only used once here, more accurate with the Arabic. Circumambulate Makkah, neither Safa and Marwa. That's exactly what you use circumambulation tawaf once and use both after that.
Yeah, but here's the dodgy part. Notice, because this kind of gives it away straight away.
But he said no ran between Safa and Marwa.
Yeah, but notice that if you look at all the Bukhari ones, it always says tawaf. When you look at the Muslim,
ran between.
Yeah, Muslim ones always say ran, but notice this is exactly the same hadith.
Yeah.
So the actual narrator is making Aisha say something different.
Let me go back to the Arabic of this hadith. It's the same Arabic as the Bukhari one. Remember, we just read the Bukhari one. Let me see if the wording are same.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do Sahih Muslim 2764. Because here it says ran between. You are searching for this thing for a while, isn't it?
Yeah, it took a couple of weeks. Well,
you asked me now. The house, the ran between, okay. Okay. فطاف الذين أهلوا بالعمرة بالبيت. This is the Kaaba. وبالصفا المروة. The same wording as the Bukhari was. Same word used fatafa, and then he used in one word without any break Kaaba and Safa and Marwa.
Oh, but that's
same thing.
And that's Aisha saying.
Yeah. Same thing like Bukhari. He didn't circumambulate. He didn't use the word ran between.
Right.
So the English translation is not accurate in Sahih Muslim, as far as I can see it.
Okay.
He should not use the word ran between, because here is the word used fataf al-lazina ahlu bil umrah bil bayti Kaaba and wabit Safa and Marwa and Safa and Marwa.
Oh, so it's only used once.
Yes.
Right.
And the ran between, I didn't see any word which indicate that tawaf around the Kaaba and ran between Safa and Marwa.
Right.
So Bukhari Muslim's translation doesn't goes along. Bukhari's translation is more accurate.
Right. So it looks to me like someone.
Yes.
So someone in the Muslim translator sounds like he might have been paid off. So if you try
on the face of it looks like, but it's because neither you and Arab speaking, neither me. But I can read Arabic and I can see the word. I can verify the words.
Yeah.
To me, at the moment, it looks like tawaf. The word is used for same for both.
Right.
No, it's only used once.
Right.
To explain, I didn't go around circumambulate around Kaaba and Safa and Marwa.
Yeah. So basically, the translator is interpolating.
Yeah. But I can only say one thing why they do that, to make people understand what exactly she meant. So they're probably going along what exactly she meant. She never really meant, because according to them, they know what Safa Marwa is. So they know when Aisha was talking to people or saying this hadith, she knew what people knew. The Safa Marwa is actually, you don't go around. So she just say, I didn't do tawaf, circumambulate on the Kaaba and Safa and Marwa. So for them, Safa and Marwa going straight and back. Hello brother Maula, you're right. So for the listeners, those who are listening to Aisha, for them it was completely understood that we don't go around circumambulate to Safa and Marwa. For them, circumambulation in the meaning of Safa and Marwa is going there and back.
Yeah.
For them, so I understand why a Muslim person whoever wrote Muslim translations, for people to not to get confused, for them to understand what she meant.
Right.
So that's why I don't think it's necessarily a corruption or deliberation to mislead people, but just to not make people confused, to make them easy for them.
But well, I suppose you're going to find out in the. Do you want to try just the next hadith in the on the page, just to see what the next one after it says? No, but just go to. No, because that was it's a long one. The first one's long. Yeah, you should go. Yeah.
Umar reported, I heard Aisha as saying, we went out with the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Oh, actually, do you want to skip that? Go to the next one. So I think that's a repeat.
Jabir, yeah?
Yeah.
Jabir said, we in the state of Iran came to the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam for Hajj Mufrud, and Aisha set out for this bit brightness for Umrah, and when we reached Sarif, she, I don't want to read the parentheses, entered in the state of monthly period. We proceeded on till we reached Makkah and circumambulated the Kaaba and ran between Safa and Marwa.
Right.
I can go to this hadith and see 2791. Some Muslims sometimes have the hadith after hadith.
Yeah.
You know, it's different. But anyway, I'll go the number. Yeah. So I'll go to the Arabic. Okay, here the word is used tufana, slightly different, but I guess same root word. Tufana. Bil Kaaba is the used word Kaaba. Bil Kaaba was Safa and Marwa. Same word once used tufana for Kaaba and Safa and Marwa together.
Right. So basically, it's the Muslim translator. He's the one who's
put ran between.
Right.
Unless I'm missing some word here, because when you say, in English translation, they look here's a daylight between Kaaba and Safa and Marwa, because they circumambulated the Kaaba and ran between Safa and Marwa. So and ran between, there's nothing like this in Arabic.
Right.
In Arabic it's the same. The word is, again I will show you so you get familiarized with the word. So here Tufana Kaaba and only Y in the middle. Safa and Marwa, and Y is and. So there's nothing and ran between. So where is that word? It can't be afterwards.
And what's weird is he didn't even put it in brackets either. So technically,
Safa is in brackets for some reason, there isn't it? In English. But here, he didn't put in the brackets. You're right.
The and ran between. Why I call this whatever's going on is I call it Hajjgate, because it looks as if the scholars were doing some sort of back and forth.
He put al-Safa in the brackets, even though in Arabic Safa says Safa and Marwa. You see in here, it's bracket al-Safa and al-Marwa. Marwa is not in bracket. Why al-Safa is in brackets? When the word Safa is used over there. So I don't know, I was confused. But for me, it's not problematic unless I still have to look to answer you. And of course, I just don't say, okay, just believe, well, that's what they meant. Tawaf mean whenever they meant Safa Marwa, even though you use only one, the word you only use once, Tawaf for Kaaba and Safa Marwa, they actually meant automatically Safa Marwa going up to and forth is Tawaf. I can say that, but I don't think that's unfair to answer you just to take it that, but I think I need to look a little bit more into it. Why can there's any more examples we can find something like this, that going to and forth, not only Safa Marwa, any place from Makkah to Medina, can we say something like this, to and forth, like tawaf or that?
Well, interesting enough, I found one which should give us an answer of some kind.
Okay.
If you go to Sunan and Nasai, so in the application,
Yes, Nasai, yeah.
but you shouldn't need the number because they're all in sequence. So just go to the normal index of Sunan and Nasai.
Yeah, I went to Nasai, yeah.
No, but go to
I see.
you go to the index and just go to book 24.
Oh, okay.
And now it's a long way down. It's actually 357. Now all of these are in sequence, so basically as you read each one, they're all about the same thing.
Okay. This one, first one.
Yeah.
It was narrated that Jabir Radhiyallahu anhu said the Messenger of Allah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam circumambulated the house 7 times, walking rapidly in 3 circuits and walking at a normal pace in 3. Then he stood at the Maqam of Ibrahim, and I'm going to go Safa Marwa, isn't it? Go to Safa Marwa, okay.
Yes, just.
So he started, okay. We will start with that, with which Allah started. So he started with As-Safa,
Oh, this one's
climbing up
This is detail.
until he could see the house, and he said 3 times La ilaha illallah. Arabic. I'm skipping the Arabic. There is none worthy. Okay. Skipping the Arabic. Then exclaim Allah's greatness and praise Him. Then he supplicated as much as was decreed for him. Then he came down, walking until he reached level ground at the bottom of the valley. Then he hastened until the ground began to rise. Then he walked until he came to Al-Marwa and climbed up it. And when he could see the house, so in here is clear that in the Safa and Marwa, like we're doing it today.
Right. But
we go down and we climb up again. But you say nowadays nothing down and nothing up.
well, even worse is that notice what he said about how he so at the top, when he says, where it says Messenger of Allah circumambulated, I don't know if you know what that says in the Arabic.
Oh, where?
It's right at the beginning.
In the Safa?
No,
that's talking about the Kaaba.
Yeah, but does it say, does it use the same?
The word tawaf. No, this is first is the chain of narrators.
All right.
In Arabic, they always mention chain of narrators.
Yeah.
So the hadith start from, okay. All right, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Bil bayti saban ramala. Look. Okay, no. Kala tafa.
Right.
The word taf used there.
Yeah.
Kala taf. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The word taf comes before. In English, says messenger done circumambulation of Kaaba. Here it says he said. Circumambulation, the word comes first before the name of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Right.
Circumambulated the Prophet of God of Bil Bayti, Kaaba.
Right.
So yes, the word taf is used here. You see there's word taf.
Right, and the ramal is the walking rapidly.
Ramal.
Yeah, the ramal. Yeah.
Walking fast. First 3.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is clear that circumambulation is around the Kaaba, and Safa Marwa cannot be circumambulated.
No.
Because you're going down and up. So this hadith is more detailed and it's also sahih.
So
the other hadith is saying circumambulating Kaaba and Safa and Marwa. Only thing I can say it, she's just speaking in a fluency for understanding the people she's addressing. Her address is understood when she meant tawaf of Kaaba and tawaf of Safa and Marwa.
Yeah.
So they understood what it means, but she just used the word tawaf. But I will look into it.
But one kind of thinking is the reason why what it seems to me is the reason why Muslim puts the running, even though it says tawaf, is based on what you read in this An-Nasai.
Run between, yeah.
Yeah, because what you find is
that translation is not accurate 100%, of course not, because the word Arabic, I didn't see anything it says run between Safa and Marwa. So I can only understand why they put it for people to understand easy, because Imam Muslim never put that in his Arabic. It's the later on translators, of course.
Yeah.
They say, okay, it may cause confusion around people, because how can you do tawaf of Safa and Marwa? So they just put the translation for people to understand, and they didn't realize there's going to be a person in 2020 who's going to come by the name of Michael, who's going to just say, excuse me, there is but they are being corrected. But I would say, and the devil's advocate I'm playing is the scholars who translated it, that if I was one of them, I said, look, I put it for people to understand what it means, because we believe that's exactly what Aisha meant. But her addressees were there, they knew what's going on, they understand the Arabic word meaning can be used for that. For them, she said it, and Imam Bukhari and Muslim put it like that. But other people might get confused. But in reality, that's what it meant. She meant that.
Right.
Understand?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I can understand their point of view, and I can understand yours as well. But this Safa is very clear of Safa and Marwa.
But one thing about Safa and Marwa though is, did you see she was angry as they walked around?
Did you find any hadith in Bukhari or Sahih Muslim, Safa and Marwa mentioned like in Nasai, that he went up the hill of Safa and they come down? Does it anywhere in Bukhari and Muslim say that?
Yeah. If you go to
No, I'm just asking. I don't have to. Have you read it? It says that.
Yeah, it's
So there is a clear place where in Bukhari and Muslim even told you what Safa Marwa actually is.
Yeah.
This hadith of Aisha, or the other one which says the word one word circumambulate used for both, you can understand in holistically what it means.
Well, actually, it's in Muslim. It's book 7, number 2803.
2803.
Yeah. But the reason why I was looking into all this is just because of it's actually Dan Gibson that started it, because he's saying about Mecca, and I was just looking and thinking that
this one, Jabir bin Muhammad.
Yeah, he put his hand on him. Was it? Yeah, that's one. It's a very long one, so you might want to skip down.
He then returned to the pillar and kissed it. He then went out of the gate to Al-Safa, and as he reached near it, he recited Al-Safa. Al-Safa and Al-Marwa are among the signs appointed by Allah. I begin with that. Allah to begin, he first mounted at Al-Safa till he saw the house. Okay, this is very similar to Nasai, isn't it? Yeah, he mounted Safa facing there is no God powerful, there is no God. He then made supplication before he then descended and walked towards Al-Marwa.
No, you have to keep going, because it changes.
And when his feet came down in the bottom of the valley, he ran, and when he began to ascend, he walked till he reached Al-Marwa. There he did as he done at Al-Safa. Yes.
But have you seen, when you see the pictures of, that's why I asked you if you'd gone there.
No.
When you see if you look up the photographs of Mecca, all you see is like the flat walkway, and then these two rocks. But notice what it said there. It said that he went down, and then when his feet hit the valley, he ran. But when
there were two hills.
Yeah, but when you actually look at the pictures of how it is now, there isn't a valley.
So they constructed, they put construction on top of that.
But
They just make it straight for people, or maybe it's not as like this. Maybe they get rid of the hills, and they make a building there which is air conditioning nowadays.
yeah,
Yeah, not open. So what they did, they make like a bridge.
but
So you just going like a bridge. They build it. You just going like that and coming like that, slantly maybe slightly, and coming back.
but then by doing that, don't you think that if some Muslim read that hadith, that they'd be crying now? Because now they can't do it like the Prophet anymore. So what's Saudi? So if that is the proper place, like how it was described in that hadith, now they've actually stopped people from doing the run like the Prophet did.
Up and down.
Yeah, the fact exactly how it described it. It said he went down when his feet touched the valley, he ran, and
It's possible that it says this is allowed in Islam. This is you can, with the scholars' consensus, is it allowed or is it bid'ah? Maybe scholars reach, they look for the convenience of people, as long as they reach the points. In the middle is the convenience. Because Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, did he do anything in the middle?
no, they run across the middle.
Yeah, no. When Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam went down the valley,
Yeah.
he done any ritual there?
No, he only does the rituals out when he climbs Safa and
so
climbs.
for them, ritual points were more important, and not the middle points were not important. For them, was reaching the place and come back. They facilitate for people. Look, if he would have stopped in the middle down and he done some dua or something like that as well, and then there was a case. Look, that point was also important. For them, the middle point was not important. For them was the point over there and there. So they just make it convenient for people to reach it.
But
And I think it's possible when the scholars come to consensus. Can we do that? They say yes.
But the interesting thing is, you're reading that Sunan and Nasai one. If you actually go to let me see, because there's actually one where it actually
24, wasn't it?
yeah 24,357. But if you where is it? Oh yeah, so actually, you know that long one? No, so it's 357 you read. So I think it's yeah, so 357. So then it's 358. So then I think it's 359. That's it.
Yeah.
It should be this. Yeah.
It was narrated. It's a very short one.
Yeah.
It was narrated that Kathir bin Jinnah said, I saw Ibn Umar radiallahu anhum walking between As-Safa and Al-Marwa. He said, I am walking because I saw the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam walking, and I hastened because I saw Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam hasten.
But
It's not as detailed, isn't it? It doesn't always go down or up. He says just walking between.
yeah, but if you go to if you go down two more, it should be
6-1?
yeah, it should say narrated as Zubair.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was narrated that Az-Zubayr radiallahu anhu said, they asked Ibn Umar radiallahu anhu, did you see the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam walk rapidly between As-Safa and Al-Marwa? He said he was among a group of people and they walked rapidly, and I think they went at the same pace as him.
Yeah. Actually, it says it was Daif, but
It is.
yeah. And then
But it doesn't change much.
yeah, and then the next one is just Ibn Abbas. That's just a short one.
Yeah. Would you read it?
Yeah. Well, it's just Prophet walked rapidly between Safa and Marwa to show that. Oh yeah, that's the previous. That's before they conquered Mecca.
Yeah,
So
the Prophet ﷺ walked rapidly between Safa and Marwa to show the idolaters that he was strong. No. This is after the conquest of Mecca.
Oh, okay.
Because when I don't think he's talking about Hajj here, because for 1 year, when Muslims conquered Mecca, the idolaters were still living in Mecca. They were not banned.
Yeah.
So the next Hajj, when he comes, Muslims were done Hajj. So sorry. You know, when before the conquest of Makkah, remember Surah Hudaybiyah, the Treaty of Hudaybiyah.
Yeah.
The Meccans were still the rulers that say you can come next year to perform your whatever.
Yeah.
So Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, when Muslims went there from Medina to perform Umrah, not Hajj, Umrah.
Right.
So Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says, look, idolaters are watching towards us, and they are being told that we have become weak since we went to Medina. The climate make us weaker person. So I want you to walk fast to show idolaters that we are strong. That's why the Ramal.
Yeah.
Ramal is a sunnah because the first three show that we are strong.
Yeah.
So this hadith can say that he went Safa Marwa as well fast, so idolaters can see. So this is probably that situation when idolaters can see. Because the only Hajj when Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam performed, the only Hajj he performed was the few months before he died. That's the only Hajj he performed.
Alright.
Yeah. And at that time, there's no idolaters living in Makkah.
Yeah.
They were banned the year before that.
Yeah. But actually, if you go to the next one, it's interesting.
From Safiya?
Yeah.
Narrated from Safiya bint Shaima that a woman said, I saw the Messenger of Allah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam hastening at the bottom of the valley, and he said, the riverbed should not be crossed except with vigor. So
now that looks like it's something that the Saudi Arabians have actually gone against these words.
I saw the Messenger of Allah hastening at the bottom of the valley, and he said the riverbed should not be crossed except with vigor.
So he's actually saying that it has to be crossed with vigor.
Yes, should not be crossed except with vigor.
And
what about if somebody says, okay, because riverbed exists, so when it exists, you cross it with vigor. What about if it doesn't exist? We don't make it exist anymore.
Yeah, but
if we say, okay, there's no riverbed, then where is the vigor? It doesn't require vigor.
No, I think what it should be is that the riverbed should always stay there. Since it's part of...
he said it because riverbed was there. That's why he said it. So you should walk with vigor.
Yes.
Because he was there. So let's say if in his time there was no riverbed, or if he had the technology not to have riverbed, would Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam say, okay, we don't need the riverbed, build a bridge in between if you can build it. Because he was there, so he said, cross it with vigor.
Yeah, but you realize that's the opposite of what like how you got the Jews in Jerusalem, they cry at the Wailing Wall. So even the little piece that's left, they still want to do what the old people did at the temple. So you'd think people would more want to keep the old way. So the only way I see it is that the Saudi Arabians realize that, oh wait, there's no river, let's cover it up quick before they come with cameras and find out. That's what it seems more like to me.
Riverbed. Oh, I see. So Dan Gibson is just because he's going to Petra.
Well,
Petra is the place and Makkah is not the place.
No, but not because of Dan. But I reckon these scholars knew about all what Dan's talking about like years ago. So they realize that there's some of these hadiths have got like a pretty blatant description of what the Prophet did. And so that's why I call it Hajjgate, because
I see your point now. Which point you're coming from? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying this is all fake. What we have in Kaaba? It was never the place. But how they hide all that history? I mean, there must be people have this kind of knowledge where Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has started. How they managed to hide all that evidence, which was that he was in Petra and Kaaba, Makkah was never that place.
But here's the thing, Dan Gibson says Petra, but I'm kind of thinking, what if it wasn't even Petra? What if it was somewhere else? Oh no, not her.
God bless you.
Oh, actually, I've got some change for her. No, because I bought it.
I say God bless her. Yeah, I know. My brother is giving it.
No, what it is, I've got all these change taking up space in my table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a poor man. Jazakallah.
Well, she's not smoking, so it's not so bad. Or
Stop smoking. She used to smoke?
no. It's just sometimes you see people begging for money with a cigarette. So,
yeah.
so I always say to them, why not just give up the cigarettes? For?
Yeah. Yeah, I see your point. But no, I never buy this thing. I mean, that is a big thing to change the place where this all started and make it. I mean, how they realized that nobody would have found out about that, or I mean, if, for example, if somebody will find out, this is we're talking about the whole religion. And when they did that, when was the first time they actually ever realized, let's move to this place, desert, and make this place is the holy place?
Well, the thing is, when you look at the history, things only start in 1932. That's when they came back to that area.
1932.
Yeah, I'm sure it was, because I think that's the reason why.
Arabs, when they, after British gave them the place.
Yeah, because have you ever heard the history when they've said that when they've dug up in that area, the only thing they ever found was the Ottoman Empire fort? You ever heard that one? They say when they've done excavations on the Saudi Arabian peninsula.
Yeah.
So it's as if to say
there was nothing there.
Yeah, they didn't find any other like huge structures. So what that sounds like is that it was really more of a, I don't know, tents, I suppose you could say. Because if people just live as nomads, they can literally disappear, over in history, because all the things they have are all biodegradable. All the pots are like clay, and if it's really bad clay, then that just disintegrates. Well, it gets smashed up or worn out by the wind. So what they kind of say.
That's what Makkah was. Makkah wasn't like many big buildings and structures and monuments.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was just the house of Kaaba. Kaaba was a brick building in the time of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
Yeah.
And even in his time, there was not even roof in the Kaaba
right.
in the beginning.
Yeah.
After they built the roof.
Yeah, because roofs are hard to build.
That's right.
Yeah.
So they built roof afterwards. Even when he was growing up, there was no roof there. So it was just like a square kind of a four-wall building.
Yeah.
So Kaaba was not like big civilization kind of a place anyway. So what they're what they're hoping to find in Makkah.
Yeah,
what
but
kind of things they were looking to find anyway.
No, but that's one thing that they're saying, because I don't know if you've heard it about what the Saudi Arabians are doing. They're actually trying to concrete stuff over really quickly.
Yeah.
So they're not actually.
Even the house of Muhammad Sallallahu, which we believe house.
Yeah.
Is also being destroyed.
Oh, so I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I thought
there's only one roof left, but the rest is everything is just they built over on top of, which is raised suspicion of why they're doing that. So there is a point. But for accepting this on this basis, if they are doing this lie, so are we taking lie all the way back to the Prophet, that all story was lie, he never existed, or the Quran was just all made up by a bunch of other people? That is a little bit too far a conspiracy for me to understand.
No.
That's why I do not buy this kind of conspiracies.
No, but that's why I say Hajjgate, because it's not that he didn't exist. It's just that they've changed they've changed it to match what they wanted.
Why? I mean, if Islam is the truth and the word from God and the religion is truth and Muslims knew that, then you're basically saying all Muslim world agree, let's do that. There has to be some hardliner Muslims who really believe it. They say no. For example, if Petra was the true place, for example, or any other true place, Muslim knew that, of course, because it's the history for Muslim knew that. So there are no Muslims say no, we should never change, no matter how bad that place is, no matter how not suitable that place is. We should never change the place where our Prophet born and where he lived, or the Quran says this is the mother of the cities. We should never move from there. This can't be conspiracy. What I'm trying to say is there has to be some writing, some Muslims they say no, this happened and that should never happen, because they're always going to be hardliner, strict Muslims who didn't want to change, or conservative Muslims. So what happened to them?
But that's the thing is, why
we don't find any kind of information writing about that?
No, but this is one thing that Dan Gibson said, which I kind of might even make sense when you compare it to, like, you know how the fact that the Muslim and the Bukhari hadiths, the way that you could see there was a definite decision to like translate a certain way. It's as if so what I'd say happened is that Muhammad was real and he did what he did, but then it was someone else that took the fame factor and used him to build Islam, because that's one of the things Gibson said, and it sounds so effectively Islam wasn't built, because even when you read
Islam spread very quickly after Muhammad Sallallahu the history of Islam, if we know, unless you're saying that all history is made up.
No, but you see what the problem is. Remember when you read the beginning of Bukhari, it's Bukhari, he explains the reason why the hadiths were collected, because as far as he was concerned, Islam was going to be destroyed if he didn't collect the hadiths, because what he wanted to get was the actual narrations which were consistent, so that he could build a consistent image of Islam. So when all the people who came along who wanted to come with their own fake version, they would have all those one set of writings to match what it was.
Who says that actually Bukhari didn't write the hadith or collect the hadith, Islam would have been destroyed? Who said that?
No, Bukhari says that at the. It's in the introduction. Cause I don't, have you
no, that's okay. I'm just saying. Let's say he said that.
Yeah.
So you think he could be wrong in his understanding?
No, but I think the reason, like you say, he's doing it because he must have actually witnessed because he actually said about how people were inventing hadiths to to influence kings. That's it. That's one of the things he says.
Influence kings.
Yeah.
But that never stops. The hadiths are still, da'if hadiths still exist. So that never stopped. There are many people, you're right, build the hadiths, which scholars now they're saying this hadith is said maybe to please some lords or whatever. That never stops. What I'm saying is I am of the belief, definitely believe in the point, if Bukhari and Muslim have never ever written, ever, we still have the same Islam what we have now. I'll tell you why I said that. When was the Bukhari written?
It was 800 and something.
No, 180 years after. After Muhammad.
Yeah.
So, at least 3 generations before that, Bukhari practiced Islam. Yes? At least 3. So, how many salahs they were doing for 3 generations? If according to Bukhari, Islam is, as the hadith says, the Muhammad Sallallahu done 5 salahs. Yeah? Bukhari says that. Zuhur, whatever. If he says that, so that means that was already being practiced. Why I say that? Let's say where Bukhari is right, then Muhammad Sallallahu done Salah, Fajr, Zuhur, Asr. Let's say he done that, and we believe he done that. What happened? His companion copied him, followed him, as he did Salah. So when he passed away, what happened? Did they stop following him? No, because Islam spread fast everywhere. So everybody knows how many salahs a day we have to do. Fajr, Zuhur. So they told their children, and their children told them. So for generations they were practicing 5 salahs a day. So what I say that if Bukhari never existed, we still have 5 salahs a day, because it doesn't happen. It's not the Bukhari who introduced 5 salahs a day in hadith. Bukhari only wrote what people were practicing. Because let's say, let me finish one point. Let's say if Bukhari, actually they were doing 3 salahs. Bukhari brings along 5 salahs. You're telling me 200 years later they were doing 3 salahs a day, and Bukhari says actually you were all wrong. I found a hadith which says 5 salahs a day. You think they say, oh, we are so sorry, we didn't even know that. Our forefathers were doing 3 salahs every day, azan 3 salahs every day. Oh, you are so genius, Bukhari, you found out it's 5. It was not the case. We have all these practices come towards us through not through Bukhari or Muslim, not through hadith, but through, what do we call it? Living transmission.
Yeah.
It was a living transmission. It was coming from practice to practice to practice.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Yeah, but if there was how would you tell? Say if you came across 2 groups of people, and I've actually got a hadith on this, but I don't think I've. Actually, I can find it. two different groups of people who are doing the hadiths in different, sorry, the prayers in different ways, how do you know who's the right one?
Prayers in different ways.
Yeah. So they're doing the 5, but it's similar like what you say with the Shias and yeah, but they were doing different and saying different things. How?
Still doing it, you know.
Yeah, I know, but how do you?
So how does the hadith change anything? What does that tell you? Even hadith, recorded or not recorded, people are doing it from the beginning. Meaning what? Some of like Shias, they say the Muhammad they agree. They actually Sunnis. Because in Bukhari, there are these in Bukhari or Muslim somewhere.
Yeah.
That Muhammad, there was a time with the Muslims, he opened his hands and do salah.
Oh, hands. Yeah.
Yes? So Shias, Sunnis know that. Sunnis says it was for the time being, and later on, permanently, he says close your hands. So Sunnis know that, but they say we acknowledge that Muhammad has done that. But Shia said no, that was the right way. Sunnis say this is the right way. So Muslims agree. Look, since Muhammad practiced that, so Shias, Muslims, sorry, Sunnis never really says if you open your hand, this your salah is not acceptable. Why? Because they say that Muhammad done that. Some Sunnis go to the extreme and they say no.
Yeah.
Now because that is what he calls it, the word I use, abrogated. Some Sunnis go to extreme, that's abrogated. So if you practice something abrogated, you are on the wrong. So what we know that Muhammad did actually practice open hand. So Shias are still following their open hand one, and Sunnis are with closed hand. So even Bukhari was never ever written, or Muslim never ever written. They would still be practicing that. What we're doing it now. Writing Bukhari doesn't change anything.
Well,
otherwise writing Bukhari would have changed the world and would have said, okay, look, closing hand was his last time when he was before his death, and his all his life he closed his hands. He put like this and like that. So the whole world would have should say, yeah, Bukhari said that we should follow it. What we learn from it, hadith, written hadith, did not change any difference in the practicing. Because the practice is what we call is the sunnah. The core of the religion is the practice which came from generation to generation, same way like Quran.
Yeah.
That's why we, knowledgeable, learned Muslim, will always say follow Quran and Sunnah. He will not tell you follow Hadith. Because Sunnah is a living tradition like Quran. Hadith is a historical record. In that, sometimes it comes from the companion, and sometimes it comes from the companion's companion, not even go back all the way to Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. But Sunnah always go back to the Prophet, because that was his practice.
But you know what you're saying about the companions, you know, even like the older ones who were left behind. So if you go to this one, it's Sahih al-Bukhari, and it's volume 1, 523.
Okay.
All right. It says, we used to pray the Asr prayer, and after that, if someone happened to go to the tribe of Bani Amr bin Auf, he would find them still praying the Asr prayer. So I think the point he's trying to make there is that they do it, go on a travel, then get to the tribe and find they're still doing that same prayer that they've already done before they left on their travel. But the next hadith explains it a bit more.
No, but that meaning they went to the other tribe, and tribe could be an hour away.
Yeah.
So they went there, but Asr time is not like one prescribed time.
Right.
Asr time starts, for example, today. Asr time starts from 4:30 all the way to sunset, or nearly 5 o'clock, all the way to sunset. So it's about 3 hours time. In the summertime, 3 hours.
You can do it any time in that 3 hours.
Yes, but preferable is to do in the earliest time.
But then how come? Right, but then you notice those Muslims, they're always bowing down in synchronized way.
No, that is the mosque time.
Right.
Every mosque has a time. You know Asr time. For example, I think the Shafi one, the Shafi madhab, they say do it in the earliest time is the best. They bring the hadith. Do Asr in every salah when you do it in the earliest time is better. Hanafis, they do it in the later time. For example, if you go in Tooting or Central Mosque, they do the earliest time. Salah when Salah time start, they do it.
Right.
Jama'ah. But if you go to shooting with the Muslim, the Pakistani one, they do in the later time.
Right.
Or they do in the, for example, their Asr Salah, I'm pretty sure at the moment is 7 o'clock in Tooting or Balam Mosque.
Right.
But here, if you go to Central Mosque, they probably do it the earliest time 5 o'clock.
Alright.
Asr meaning the time of Asr. That is the time of Asr. We divide the whole day time in the time of the Salahs. Zuhur time starts from the sun when it's on the peak and start going declining.
Yeah.
That's where Zuhur starts. Right after the peak. So meaning 12:30 to 5 o'clock is Zuhur. And I'm allowed to do any time. But they say the more reward is if you do the earliest time. So what about if I die 3 o'clock, I die? I could have done the Salah Zuhur, which will start to 12:30, 1 o'clock. But I waited to, I'm going to do later time. Yeah. So when you have the opportunity to do it now, you don't know what the life was going to happen to you. So it's better to do it earlier than later. So that hadith, they done the Asr Salah somewhere. They went other place, they're doing slightly later.
No, alright, because, well, I wonder if that tradition of having it such a long period that you can do it, because this next one, it says, so narrated Abu Bakr bin Uthman bin Sahal bin Hunayf that he heard Abu Umama saying, we prayed the Zuhur prayer with Umar bin Abdul Aziz and then went to Anas bin Malik and found him offering the Asr prayer. So let me just check that. So we did the Zuhur prayer and found him offering the Asr prayer. I asked him, oh uncle, which prayer have you offered? He said the Asr, and this is the time of, in brackets, the prayer of Allah's apostle, which we used to pray with him. So notice that and Aziz is actually a caliph as well. So he went, they did the Zuhr prayer, went to this, what's he called? And I presume this guy is one of the old companions, Anas bin Malik, and found him doing a different prayer.
So yeah.
So what this seems to indicate is that already this caliph was doing the prayer, was doing a different prayer at a time when a companion was doing it.
Okay. Now, look, I told you some people doing as the time starts they do the prayer.
Yeah, but these are two different prayers, though.
Yeah. Let's say because Zohar and Asr meet, there's a meeting point.
But
for example, today Zohar start like, as I said, 12:30, 1 o'clock, which is the second prayer of the day. From 1 o'clock, for example, goes all the way to 5 o'clock. And exactly 5 o'clock, as the time of Zohar finish, the time of Asr starts. So it is possible those people who done Zohar prayer, they done the Zohar prayer in the last period of Zohar, meaning they done Zohar prayer 4:30 or quarter to 5. Yes.
Right.
So by the time they went to Anas, maybe it took them 10-15 minutes. They went to Anas, and as Asr time, by the time they get there, Asr time already started. So he done Asr prayer as soon as it started. So they were also right doing Zohar prayer, but very late. But by the time they reached him, he is doing his prayer, Asr prayer, and he said this is the best time because the Prophet says doing it, meaning what? The earliest time.
But here's the thing: do you think that someone, if they're with the Caliph, do you think the Caliph would do the prayers that late as an example?
No, they would not. But it's possible there was a one-off chance that he was engaged busy in some other things doing, and he find a time doing Asr as Zuhur very late. Because you know that there was a time in Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, you know that companions, they done Salah Asr after Maghrib started. After Maghrib started. Why? There was a time when they reached Banu Qurayda. You know when Banu Qurayda?
Oh yeah, I think I heard that one.
And because it was a long travel, reaching. But some people says, Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says, do not do Asr until you reach there.
No.
But some of the companions, they say, look, Asr is finishing, let's do in the middle. So they done Asr at the time, and the other one say no, but Prophet said reach there. So when they reach there, Asr is already gone, but yet they done Asr. What it tells us, sometimes there's some circumstances come, you deal with those circumstances first, and then you do your salah, and this is allowed. So that possibly that Khalifa or whatever he was in that situation. He done that Zohr salah late, and then he went to Malik, and he's shocked that he was doing Asr, and he said, well, Prophet done Asr in the very first time, beginning time, meaning this is the best time to do Asr, meaning earliest time. So it is possible, and we don't know how long it took Khalifa to get to Anas bin Malik. He's not saying that he's in the next room. He say they done their Zuhur, and then they went to Anas bin Malik. I don't know what was the journey time when they went to meet Anas bin Malik. Maybe there's a journey time, maybe an hour time, or maybe it was a winter time, winter when the days are short. It could be all these circumstances, and there are possibilities.
But the interesting thing is, when you look at that, he says, I asked him, oh uncle, and he's got an exclamation mark after the uncle, even though that's probably not in the Arabic. But I think the reason they're putting the exclamation mark is to emphasize that he was the surprise. Yeah, so it's like what they're indicating is that there was a drift between that companion and how the Aziz was doing the prayer. So some drift. So what I'm trying to say is that if you have if you have evidence of some sort of drift here with the Caliph, then that would mean that even the advice he's getting, there's something not quite accurate about it compared to how it was with the Prophet.
Well, as I say, there's some school of thought, or some Muslim think doing earliest time of the Salah is the best time, because there's hadith about it.
Yeah.
But then they find some hadith that even the Muhammad says, oh, don't worry, when you reach there, do the Salah. So they learn from that, look, he's doing slightly late, it's okay as well.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that this Khalif, when he done Salah, he is not aware of doing earliest time is the best time. For when he done his Zohr Salah quite late, he said Asr he can do a little bit late as well.
Yeah.
So when he reached Anas bin Malik, he was surprised. So he's doing because we just done Zohr not long ago.
Yeah.
But I was thinking I can do Asr in the later time. But then he was told, no, do it sooner the better. It's better for you. I don't think it really tells us that the time of Salah was the same, and they're doing in the same time different Salahs. I don't think it tells us that.
No, but what I think is, I think it sounds to me like the advice that, yeah, I'm surprised these flies are biting. I didn't know that you had biting flies now. But anyway,
the smell here, isn't it? Should we get up?
Yeah.
Let's get up. I have my bags okay now. I feel like it's small around here. Yeah, so you were saying?
No, so what I'm thinking is that the way, because obviously they didn't have documentation at that time, so to do with the rituals, etc., that all have to have been word of mouth. So with no solid documentation.
You are brothers? Brother Don? Hala Shama Khube. MashaAllah. Looking nice, brother. Keep this beard.
That's why I feel that you know how we were saying about with it's as if, so Islam essentially, from what I can see, it's more constructed by what the caliphs and scholars said. So that's the Islam that we have now. It's not specifically because as far as I can see, your Prophet is more concerned with getting the things done that he had to, like he had the battles and looking after people. So what the way Islam is now, to me, from what I'm reading, you can see it's a lot different now than it is then. So the priorities.
I would say the one thing: if the Prophet ﷺ was the person what we know about him, what we believe, the Hadith says, the great person, the Prophet of God, if he was that person, and his companion knew about that, he is that person, they will never go against his commands and orders, because we talk about paradise and hell, big risk. So what we say, the companions will never agree on something, they never have a consensus on something which goes against Islam. So I say Islam came to us from Allah to Prophet, then through the companions' consensus, because the companions also have some disagreements sometimes.
Yeah.
But when they have consensus, majority, they will. That's what we follow. That's what we follow. We call salaf. In a way, we follow the consensus of the companions, and consensus of the companions can never be wrong.
Oh yeah, but then obviously to get that consensus, it's based on the information that the scholars
came to us.
Yeah. So as one of the things Dan was saying is that
you could be a very good Muslim. If you accept Islam, you could be a very good Muslim because you are skeptic by nature, exactly like me. You are saying, look, who are telling us this is Islam? These are the scholars, and from the scholars there are other people and all that. But if you believe in Islam, if you believe the Quran is a word of God, then Quran will always be your yardstick. Yes? So when Quran will be your yardstick, anything goes against the spirit of the Quran, you will, no matter who's telling you, how many people are telling you, you will always reject them, and you will always go back always to the Quran.
Yeah, but that's one of the good things I'll say about the Bible is that it actually combined the hadith with the...
Yes, there are hadiths in the Bible.
Yes, so that helps a lot more than... Because the thing about the Quran is that it tells you what Allah said, but if you want to now have an example for how to follow what Allah said, it's difficult to use the Quran to do that. So now that's when you have to go to... like what...
That's why I'm skeptic of hadith. I'm not a rejecter of hadith. But I say there's more to hadith as well. There's a sunnah. Sunnah is a living tradition, which from Muhammad companions, they saw what he done. They passed on to their children and their students.
Yeah.
And they passed on to their students, which they were practicing. It was not like saying only. They were practicing. For example, Muhammad done 7 times tawaf of the Quran. Kaaba.
Yeah.
It's not in the Quran. Yes. That was a practice he done.
Yeah.
That practice was a living tradition. Everybody, generation after generation, and even to this day, even if somebody comes along and show, look, this is the most authentic hadith we ever found is tawaf is only 8 times or 6 times or 7 times. All you could just get lost. Whoever your scholars are, we're never going to accept that. No matter if you find from the caves of Makkah or whatever, even the writing they say of Muhammad because this is a living tradition. People are doing it. How people been doing so wrong for so many traditions doing it?
But here's the thing though, when did the current tradition start though? See, so that's the thing that...
Sunnah.
No, I mean, so remember the way things are currently is that you've got the Mecca, Saudi Arabia, and then you've got the Saudi Arabians busy trying to concrete over the whole place, and so it's as if what we're reading here, that obviously happened because people were witness to it, but it's as if something happened at some point which changed what was here. But this is the one thing I'll say about the Muslim scholars is I admire their honesty, because admittedly if the scholars were trying to do a falsehood, they would have destroyed all of this, what we're reading.
Yes.
Because that's the first thing you think is that, it's different from what because something has happened. But you could tell at least that the scholars are honest, because they realize that the history is important.
Yes.
And that if you then destroy this part of history, what have you might have now destroyed something that Allah wanted people to know. So,
but all is not fact as well, because many of these, as we showed, Zuhri was a person, was not very reliable person, and scholars are saying, and these are things he said in the hadith.
Yeah.
So even though scholars bring it, they bring it. They just bring it because they think, or they realize people should know about these things. Yeah. But there are other scholars who came along later on, and they look into the history of the person, what kind of a person he was. Zuhri was this and so even it's in the hadith, but that's why I don't accept the hadith because it's in the hadith. I analyze it. We use my reason and logic. For example, that hadith of Umar and Hisham, Surah Furqan, he's reciting different ways, and they both went to the Prophet ﷺ, and Umar radiallahu anhu learned over there. He was Muslim for years, for many years. He only learned that day. Actually, there's more than one recitation. I mean, even this, look, it's not, is it Sahih Bukhari? It is Sahih Bukhari or Sahih Muslim?
It's both.
Yeah, it's many places. It's authentic. But I'm asking, the man who is living with Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam all the time, very close companion, he's even advising him things. He wasn't aware that there's more than one recitation of the Quran. I mean, he must have heard a lot of people reciting Quran, because if Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam telling different tribes different recitations, how he never even heard about it. So I mean, this thing is just against reason and logic. Scholars bring it because they thought whoever are telling them hadith, they're reliable people, they bring it. But we see the scholars done blunders, made blunders. So yes, scholars bring it, they keep it there. They couldn't get rid of for many different reasons. By end of the day, we have to use our reason and logic. That all this conspiracy, what I'm saying is that we were talking about the Sunnah, isn't it? How we get the news, So what I'm saying is, as I was saying, the consensus of the companions is very important for us. The first yardstick is Quran, second is Sunnah, the third is more than hadith, is agreement of the companions. Why? Because they were students of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. They learned from him. So their agreement means a lot.
But you realize that the Sunnah and the agreement of the companions both come in the same writings, though. It's the same set of writings that both of those things are in. So the agreement of the companions is
writing, meaning hadith or
hadith,
or other books,
and then you got Tabari
but what I'm saying is, if you use our reason and logic, no one can change Sunnah. If Sunnah is true, how Muhammad Sallallahu practiced, and it came after generation, because if you think corruption is done when? 100 years later after Muhammad Sallallahu, or 10 years later?
No, what you say,
it can't be in the life of the companions. If the companion is true, if that's all true, it cannot be this made up stories cannot be made in the presence of the companions.
But see, that's the thing. I wouldn't say it's made up. What I'd say is that the whoever the leader was had control of enough scholars. Because if you think about it, the majority of people are just going around their daily lives. They're not going to care about hadith. So if you're in power, all you have to do is make sure that those 6 hadith collectors, as long as you can influence all of them, then that's it, you're pretty much done.
No. Why? Because time scale is very important. These scholars, the 6 of them, they all came roughly around 200 years after and more. Yeah, some have to go up to 250 years. I think Tirmidhi, they go after. So the earliest one is Imam Bukhari. 180 years after. He died in 180, or no, I think he born in 180.
I think he did that.
So whatever. So up to that time, Islam was very much spread out. Islam, and it was in the household. People were practicing it for generations after generations. So suddenly the scholars came along, and they are influenced, and they are saying, look, tell people you are all wrong. This is what the right is. I mean, no one says, excuse me, look, my great-great-great-grandfather was a friend of a companion. And everybody have the same history. Everybody is doing salah 4 units in the Zuhur time. No, or for example, let's say they were doing 2 units in the Zuhur time. How come all scholars combine together to say, let's tell everybody it's actually 4, or we have the hadith? No one will believe that. Look, if they were doing 2 or 3 units, they will never accept. Even 100 scholars comes along and say actually it's 4. They were not going to change overnight. And remember, Islam at that time, how far it spread? To China, to Morocco, to Spain, and the people were, there's no one leader as well. Yes, one more point. By the time Bukhari was writing, they were even Muslim civilization or Muslim different caliphates, Umayyads and Abbasids. And the one in the Spain, they were not in agreement with the one in Egypt. Fatimids and all that. So who is the one control everybody and says, you agree with me, let's do it this way?
No, but whoever will have the control is, because it's who can get the scrolls written. Because what will happen over time is that the things people remember can drift. But if you can get the text down, it's the text itself won't drift.
Practice the things you used to practice with your mother and dad. For children, they can never drift. That's what I'm telling. The sunnah is not like hadith. It's not something that you memorize. It's something you practice. Tell me, how can you drift something that people circumambulated Kaaba 7 times? How can it goes out of your memory? If you're talking about one person, maybe, if there are hundreds and millions and thousands of people doing it, how can it drift away from your memory 7 times? You have to do tawaf.
But remember, I don't know if you remember the hadith where it says about if there's because there was a time someone had invaded Mecca or wherever and was stopping people coming to do Hajj. And there's actually a hadith I've got, I don't think I've done that one yet, where it says that they then narrated that there was a time when your Prophet was stopped from, or was impeded from doing his Hajj properly, and so he only did one tawaf of the Kaaba and one between Safa and Marwa. And so now it's actually sunnah that if there's any kind of a conflict and you can't do your full Hajj, then going once or once around is enough.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that if that's hadith. It doesn't make sense.
Oh,
why? Because Muhammad has only done one Hajj in his lifetime. After Islam, he only done one Hajj. Before Islam, some people say he done when he was when he was not a prophet. Because Makkah used to do that, isn't it? Still, Hajj. Before Muhammad Sallallahu prophethood. So maybe Muhammad Sallallahu done at that time, possible. But after he became prophet, he only performed one Hajj. Only one Hajj. So the Hajj you're talking about, one tawaf, is not possible.
No, because what they were talking about was, I'll see if I can find it.
You say the Prophet done? The Prophet done one tawaf. It's not possible because only one Hajj he done was a proper Hajj. That's the only Hajj he done. The few months before he died.
But when you're saying Hajj, you're talking about the whole thing, though.
Yes.
Rather than the individual.
You talking about the Umrah? You mean like you talking about small pilgrimage?
Yeah, just the
going around.
Yeah, and the between.
That he done many times. Even when he was living Makkah. When he was prophet and they were mocking him, he still do these kind of things.
Yeah, so that's what I mean.
See what you mean. Okay.
Yeah.
So not Hajj because you use the word Hajj.
Oh right. Okay.
So okay.
Yeah.
Umrah. You mean Umrah?
Right.
Or you can say small pilgrimage.
Yeah.
Because Hajj is a major pilgrimage and that's Umrah is a minor pilgrimage.
Right. Yeah. Because I know there's
Yeah, but how that goes against that? The Sunnah comes from the tradition and it's a living tradition, and it's not a tradition.
No. What I was going to say is, yes, I was going to say. So that particular hadith where it says about, about if there's a problem. I'm just trying to see if I can.
I mean, I couldn't be more clear that look, Sunnah is not depending on Bukhari and Muslim. There are many Sunnahs in the Hadith, but not every Hadith is Sunnah.
Yeah.
Do you agree with me there or not?
Yeah, no.
Not every Hadith is Sunnah.
Yeah.
So Sunnah is a superlative form than Hadith. It's superior than Hadith.
Yeah.
That's why no Muslim should reject any Sunnah, because Sunnah come to us from generation after generation tawatur. Unless we find that Sunnah goes against the Quran, then we say this cannot be Sunnah.
Yeah.
So otherwise we have no way to rejecting the Sunnah. And you know how many Sunnahs are there? Some people say that?
I don't know.
It's not more than 80 Sunnahs. 70 to 80 Sunnahs.
Well, no, this
and when we say Sunnah basically means that is the part of the religion. Sunnah has to be part of the religion. Meaning without that religion is not complete.
Oh, but then so that means Sunnah is also going strong across the riverbed, isn't it? Remember, because the Prophet said when you do, well, we were talking about that before.
Yes.
So
is that a part of the religion? That's the thing. Is that part of it?
Well, that's what he said.
No. I tell you what. Some people say Sunnah is also above the ankle. Look, trouser above the ankle. You ever heard that Muslims do that? Trouser above the ankle.
Yeah.
The Prophet ﷺ, he used to do trouser above the ankle.
Oh yeah, like the beard and the...
We say these sunnahs are sunnahs with a small s. We talk about sunnahs with a capital S. Those are the sunnahs which one must follow. Because there's one famous hadith I told you, I think before. The Muhammad was passing by and there's a date the farmers of the date palm trees.
Oh yeah. You said that.
So what did he say? Whenever I give you something of the religion, take it from me. Something of the religion.
Yeah.
Not like something I eat or something. So take it because of the religion. I will not tell any lie. But otherwise, I'm a human being like you. Meaning, anything he gives us a religion, we must follow it because that is his sunnah. We must follow it. The other things, he used to carry a mirror in his pocket or a comb, or he had a hair up to ear globe and all that.
And I think dye your beard.
Dye your beard and things like that. These are sunnahs with the capital S. Oh, sorry, small s.
Right.
You do it, it's nothing to do with the religion. If you don't dye your beard, it's nothing to do with the religion. You're not doing any sin. Or otherwise. So what I say about the sunnahs, 70 to 80 sunnahs are, for example, when you die, janaza, funeral prayer, and how to do funeral prayer. These are the part of the religion. And washing the body. This is a part of the sunnah.
Yes, you have to do it before prayer.
This is the part of the religion, and they are no more than 70 to 80, maybe 100.
Right.
So the other that is easy to remember, and that's easy to follow, and that has been followed by centuries and centuries from companions to their children and their students. It was unbroken chain. If some people decided not to follow it, the other one will correct it. Excuse me, this is what it is.
Right. Do you think that kissing or touching the black stone, is that sunnah?
That is not part of the religion. I mean, this is a sunnah with the small s, not with because many people, and Moses also do this. Respecting the black stone is honoring in a way is sunnah, definitely. But Moses also done once with the stick when he was far. With just waving towards it. Not touching it necessarily. Because it's not for every person possible to touch. It's so crowded, So just doing your hand towards it like this is enough for us. So yes, that honoring it and respecting it, the sunnah, as a stone from the paradise, that is the sunnah, respecting it. Ignoring it is not right. That is wrong. It's just ignoring it and not respecting it. But respecting it, touching it is up to you. You touch it is better.
Okay, so it looks like Aisha might have been in trouble then.
Me?
No, Aisha.
Okay.
Because this is Sahih al-Bukhari, volume 2, number 686. It says, Ibn Jurayj said, Asr informed us that when Ibn Hisham forbade women to perform tawaf with men, he said to him, how do you forbid them while the wives of the Prophet used to perform tawaf with the men? I said, was this before decreeing of the use of the veil or after it? Atta took an oath and said, I saw it after the order of the veil. I said, how did they mix with the men? Atta said, the women never mix with the men, and Aisha used to perform tawaf separately and never mix with the men. Once it happened that Aisha was performing the tawaf, and a woman said to her, O mother of believers, let us touch the black stone. Aisha said to her, go yourself. And she herself refused to do so. The wives of the Prophet used to come out in night in disguise and used to perform tawaf with the men. And then he just got a little bit after that talking about her veil. But notice it sounds to me like Aisha didn't actually like going to touch the black stone. Because he said that she refused to do so.
It's in Bukhari?
Yeah, it's Sahih al-Bukhari.
What number?
Number 686.
Easy to remember. Almost 666. Is it Aisha narrate or who narrate? Jurayj.
Jurayj. Yeah.
Walaikum assalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you? MashaAllah. Okay, yes, 686. No problem. I will look into it.
So it's just that if Aisha was already rebelling, then that could have caused a bit of change.
I don't think it's rebelling.
Well, she says
She doesn't want to touch it. Probably from the distance, she just raised her hand. And she said she doesn't want to touch it.
But she refused to do so, though. So that would mean she must have had the chance. Obviously, those women wanted to go. So if the women are going, that means the men aren't there, because that's what the hadith is about.
Yes.
So she would have been able to do it because it would have been crowded already. But she refused. So you wonder how many more people might have been like that, where there were certain things. Because funny enough, would you say that Muslims are that much better at following their prophet than, say, Christians are following the Bible?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, but by how much would you say?
You mean the companions?
No. I'm talking about Muslims now.
Muslims following their prophet.
Yeah, but I don't mean actually. I mean following the teachings.
Of the prophet.
Yeah,
more than the Christians following the teachings of the Bible.
No, because what I'm kind of saying now is because, like, you know how in the Bible we've got things like the Sabbath. So as far as I'm concerned, it hasn't been done away with. But notice the majority of like Christians, they say that it doesn't apply anymore. So if you had a similar thing happening with Islam, then you could end up with a good proportion of people like just deciding.
I think every Muslim, as I say, I follow the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Not only Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Sunnah of every Prophet. Because Muhammad sallallahu followed the Sunnah of Ibrahim. Well, it's in the Quran.
Yeah.
The ways of Ibrahim alayhi salam. Yeah. The Hajj was Ibrahim alayhi salam, we believe, was the first one who performed. And Muhammad sallallahu was reigniting the proper way of doing Hajj, or introducing, because some Makkans, they introduce something bid'ahs over time. So Muhammad reintroduced the true teachings of the Prophet. So we Muslims, when I follow Sunnah, I'm not talking about other Muslims, they always say we follow the Sunnah of the Prophet. I also said that a few times, but I always emphasize I follow Sunnah of the Prophets.
Right.
So when I need bravery to speak in front of crowd, I say Rabbi Shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. In chapter 20, it says about the Moses. When he said to God, God said go to Pharaoh. He says, and he do this dua. This is the prayer. Oh right. God, open my breast for me, make me brave, and lose this impediment in my speech, because we believe he had impediment in speech. Open this knot in my tongue so I can speak clearly. So whenever any Muslim do dua, we remember this is not the dua of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Right.
This is the dua of Musa alayhi salam. He asked Allah. So this is the sunnah of the Prophet Moses. So when you are in very much deep trouble, we say La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu minaz zalimin. Who said that? Jonah was in the belly of the fish, in the darkness of the belly of the fish. He knew he done something wrong. God has punished him. He said, oh God, I am the one who done the wrong, and you are the one, my God, and you forgive me. So God took him out of that darkness, because he keeps repeating this dua in the belly of the fish. So whenever we are in trouble, we are told to say this thing. This dua is very great dua in the Quran. So whenever I say that I'm following the sunnah of Jonah alayhi salam. So I as a Muslim follow all the sunnahs, whichever is available in front of me, whichever I found. If some Jesus sunnah is available today, I will do that. So for me, following the sunnah is the most important pinnacle of my faith after the Quran. Because some people say sunnah came before the Quran. Some scholars say that. Sunnah came before the Quran, because Quran came to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Yeah, because
the Sunnah came from the prophets, other prophets, like Kaaba, going around the Kaaba, was before the Quran. Ibrahim alayhi salam done that. Before the Quran was revealed, when I'm saying it.
Yeah.
So, for me, Sunnah is very important. So, I believe whatever Muhammad Sallallahu Sunnah, his companions, with all honesty, they passed it on. Later on, people try to change it, whatever, do it. but it is alive with us through the practice of the people, not the scholars. Scholars were not in charge anymore. Let's say there are 100 scholars, the top scholars in the world at that time, 200 years after Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. There are already thousands of Muslims, if not hundreds of thousands, if not millions all over the world. So those hundreds will control, look, whatever you know for the last 200 years through your parents or whatever, your teachers, you have to change it. You have to listen to us what we're telling you. And so they reintroduce Islam as you is saying. These scholars through Khalifas, they told them to tell people to follow this. Because scholars control and they introduce hadith. It cannot be possible because people already knew what the religion was.
Yeah, but here's the thing, I just remembered that you had the people who knew, but then what about if you know that it's the new people you bring in? If you can bring in more new people than the old ones, you know, like about this, you know, one we just read about that Aziz. So, and Aziz was doing it slightly different from how that a companion was doing it. So, because Aziz got more influence than the old companion, so he would then have been telling all these like whole army to do it the way he was doing it. So then you're going to get like a triangle effect, where all those people and so then what could obviously happen is that if the companion tells people it's different, obviously you'd have that similar effect to what you have now, where everyone always thinks the majority is right. So then that caliph and all his army were doing it the way the caliph was doing, which was slightly wrong. People would could be convinced to say that, oh, yeah, you say you're a companion, but look, everyone's doing it this way. Well, why should I follow you, this one guy?
Well, it's only show me one thing. I think that's probably is the case. Aziz that day learned something new. For him, he was ignorant of this is the best time of prayer, is the earliest time. He himself was ignorant of that time, and he was told by the companion that this is the best time, which also tells us this was common among the people of knowledge. Al-Aziz probably was the leader, but he was not a person of knowledge, and he learned that day that this is the best time. Not that he done anything wrong, not that he done Zuhur in the time of Asr, not. He done Zuhur in the time of Zuhur, but since I said Zuhur and Asr meet, there's a meeting point, so he done Zuhur. I don't know, first of all, we don't know what was the travel time. When Aziz went to Anas, we don't know the travel time. Now this is only, our own assumptions, that it was very quickly. It could be 1 hour travel time.
Well, no, but it's the fact that the translator put that exclamation mark as if he was trying to say that the Aziz was surprised.
No, because Aziz probably didn't have the time. What time was it? Is it still? Are you the Zohar? He thought it was still Asr time. Oh, sorry, it's still Zohar time.
Yeah.
But he realized Anas bin Malik, he done on the top of the time started, Asr time started, and he was surprised. He just done Zohar not long ago. I thought Asr is still. So he said, no, this is then. He also says Anas bin Malik in that hadith, this is the best preferred time. The Prophet done that time. Meaning what? If you read other hadiths, he says the best time to do any prayer is the earliest of time. So he taught him, which shows Anas bin Malik was doing Salah as Asr time start. So meaning when Aziz done the Zohar Salah, he was still Zohar Salah time. But because companion says this is the best time, meaning the earliest time of the Salah, so that was just a Salah begin, and he just done that. He didn't do it into 10, 15, 20 minutes into Asr, but in the top of Asr started. You understand my point?
Yeah, but
because if you analyze the other hadiths, did say the best time to do Salah is the beginning of the time. So even if Aziz wanted to, for example, change, if you let's say for example if Aziz he's something wrong in his head and he ignored what Anas says and he told his army and everything, oh no,
well they'll follow him, whatever.
But why it wasn't possible? Because army was aware what the companions' practice was. The major army was aware. Army would have corrected him. Somebody would have corrected him among the army or among the scholars. Because at that time, it's only Aziz and few people around him. They done that as Zohar Salah, he went there. But if he would have tried to spread it, Some people will come along, what are you doing? Don't you know that the companions, this is a living tradition. So the companions do it earliest time. So if Aziz wanted to change it, somebody would have corrected it.
But it's an interesting thing that Aziz knew that that guy was a companion. So it's almost as if the companion, he doesn't have as much influence as Aziz does. Because then you think if he was telling people about, you'd have a circle around him who would know the time to do it. So then you shouldn't have, Aziz shouldn't have had to go to the companion to find out. Someone from his circle, you'd think would intersect with, Aziz earlier, for him to know that he was doing it at the wrong time rather than.
Yeah, I know, but let's say nobody wanted to correct. No, what I'm saying is Aziz didn't do anything wrong. Aziz didn't do anything haram. What I'm saying is he still done Zuhr in his Zuhr time. For example, what time is it now?
4:08.
What to do? I haven't done Masa Salah and that.
Yeah.
So Asr's time finish in another half an hour.
Right.
Yeah. When it started, 5 o'clock. It's nearly 2 hours 44 minutes into it, and I still didn't do Asr Salah.
Right.
And I'm still going to do it. No one can say that you're doing is wrong. Islam, it gives you flexibility, but it tells you doing in the earliest time is the best time. But that doesn't mean if I'm doing now, I'm doing something wrong. Yes, I should have done earlier, and I would have had better rewards because I'm doing in the earliest time. But it's still in the fold of Islam, even if I do right now. So Aziz, when he done that a little bit late, Zuhr Salah, nobody say, oh, why are you correcting it? He's not doing anything haram. But if you were to go to some scholar and ask, the scholar would have said, doing earliest is best.
But
that's why probably nobody corrected him.
I don't know, but you're saying about the rewards for doing it right on the time. So you think
that's hadith. One hadith says that the most reward is if you do in the earliest time.
Yeah, so with him being a caliph,
I'd probably be one-off. Probably just one-off at that particular time. He done it late, but he was surprised that it's already Asr time. He's surprised probably he done quite late his Zuhr Salah. And by the time, because nowadays long days, so longer time period for Salah. If it's shorter days, for example, if 6 o'clock sunset, sometimes in Arabian country, Pakistan, sometimes winter time, sometimes 6 o'clock sunset.
This is below the Capricorn.
Yeah, it's not extreme like here, like 4 o'clock sunset. Over there is varies from 6 to 7:30 all year round. So probably, let's say Asr, Maghrib is Asr up to 6, and it start from, or maybe it was a winter time and Asr was like 5 o'clock and it starts like 3 o'clock or so the time, we're going to talk about Zohar and Asr, right? So Zohar start like say 12 o'clock and Asr start like 2:30. So he done like, for example, 2 o'clock or 1:30, and by the time he get to Anas, he already done Asr. So he was shocked and surprised how late he was doing it, but he's still doing the Salah on time. But maybe it was a one-off. It's not saying, because you are reading too much into it. But one giving scenario, this is possible that he done it in the later time. But Anas was teaching him doing the earliest time. So he was so close to the Asr time. He was slightly late, he was almost Asr time. But he also learned that day, doing in the earliest time is the best time. Because he probably thinking, okay, I done Zohar now at 2 o'clock, I can do Asr 4 o'clock. But when he reached there 2:30, half an hour later, he's already done Asr. He thought maybe Anas is going to do Asr 3:30, 4 o'clock. So he got a little bit surprised. So then he learned that day, doing this time is the best time, meaning earliest time, which we learned. That was the start of the Asr time when Anas bin Malik done.
Yeah.
So even if we try to influence, I'm sure there are many people try to influence to change their religion, but there's always people, the majority always confirm that you cannot, because it's a living tradition. Sunnah is a living tradition. When I learned Salah first time, I didn't open Bukhari. What Bukhari is teaching you. I was like,
just follow your parents.
My father and my mother standing, and seriously, when even they are not there, I was little. I knew what to do. Maybe I was not reciting, but I know bow down. This thing, I learn it. Even now, my my sister's granddaughter. She's 5. She was showing me a video on WhatsApp. She's doing salah. She's 5. I think she knows salah even before that.
Right.
Buying down and doing all the salah, even though she doesn't know what she's talking about. Why? Because she saw her parents doing it. So this, I done salah not through Bukhari and reading Sahih Hadith. I learned through living tradition from parents to family to teachers, and that's how it comes. Later on, I'll verify through books, yes. But what I'm trying to say to you, Sunnah is a living tradition. It's not relied upon any Hadith books. No Hadith book can change Sunnah.
Yeah, but remember what I was saying though, it's not, even if the locals know, it's the spreaders. So if you've got your big army and they're not doing it seriously and then they conquer a place, obviously the people who are there now in that place, they're going to learn what your army was doing. So if you give them as a single commander something which is incorrect, he can then spread to all your men and then to all the people they conquered as well. So and then that.
Yeah, but this hadith doesn't tell us anything about that. This hadith only says that what he done was not haram. So why would somebody come along and say, oh, what you done was wrong, doing Zohr Salah so late? Because that is also allowed. But the best time is doing earlier. It doesn't say anywhere in the hadith, Zohr, if you don't do earliest time, it's not acceptable. It doesn't say that. It gives you a convenience on your own time, but it's best to do early. And the hikmah, wisdom behind it is, you never know what your life is going to happen, what's going to come. You might go ill. You might go unconscious. So you miss the time you could have done salah. So I think the wisdom behind it, the good deeds do sooner the better. You understand? You want to help some poor, why waiting for tomorrow? Help it now. So even if you help tomorrow, it's still acceptable. It's better to do it now because you never know. So I think this is the wisdom behind it. So that's why nobody corrected Aziz. Why you done that time? Because he was not doing something wrong. I've got to be going now. Anyway, it's lovely talking to you.
I just want to ask, how do you think you can, we were discussing the Hajjgate. Where do you think you could, either us can go to get more information about that?
About what?
About what? Hajjgate, as I call it.
Safa Marwa.
Yeah, and the fact that the hadith say that it was a valley, but then now that seems to have been covered up.
I never thought about that. Let me look into that. If I can find any answer to that. That is the real place, because the hadith says there was a valley, and now we don't have any valley which you can go down, and river gate. Riverbed, sorry. Riverbed. So I can find out. I can ask the question.
And also, the fact that he stopped at he stopped at Safa and Marwa. I don't know if you read the hadith where it explains about Hagar, where she goes up to each one and looks around looking for water. So that's the reason why he stops on each one, because he's copying the hadith which explains about Hagar when she's running, trying to find water.
And Allah told believers to follow the memory of Hagar. What she done. So we are doing in her memory.
So that's why
it's the sunnah of Hagar.
So that's why you should actually run through the valley part, because that's what she did. Because she walked up. So
to Allah, that action of Hagar was very close, or very how to say, Allah honor that effort of Hagar in the middle of the desert looking for that. So Allah says to Muslims, in her memory, do that.
But so if the Saudis have destroyed her memory, if the Saudis have destroyed her memory, then is that a bit?
Well, I know what he's saying. The Saudis just try to make it convenient for people. But I look into that. But to me, it's not a big problem, because stopping in the middle down,
you have to run through
run through that. But then again, I don't know the shape at the moment how it is. Is it completely straight like that? Or it just completely go a little bit down and a little bit up?
No, when you look at the pictures, there's a big rock which goes up to the roof, and then the ground is just flat beside it.
All the way flat. From
then you see the long passage going down, and the other end, I think the other rock is slightly, doesn't quite go up to the roof, or it's not quite as tall. But there's no valley though. So
no problem. I'll look into that, brother. My salah time has come up right now. Thank you. Lovely talking to you.
Alright, okay. If you like the videos on this channel and you'd like to be informed of any more that I get to release, then just click on the subscribe button. And then once it says that it's subscribed, if you just click on the bell, and when you get the options, just click on all, because I don't really produce that many videos anyway, so you won't have to be worried about getting the sort of a continuous stream of videos. Thank you. Israelites will return to take down Islam.